I guess what I'm trying to say is I get reminded of my dream every day. When I look at my nephew and he just wants me to play with him, or he needs help on his homework, or just wants to talk to me. He reminds me of what I want to be. And he helps me see that I am capable of doing that. God uses him to show me, to encourage me that I am able to do what God calls me to do. Because there are some days when I feel like I'm not capable of to be the person that God called me to be at all. Like, what if I screw up? What if, what if I really mess somebody up? Like, what if I'm not a good youth pastor? What if I'm not all these things? And I look at Cody. I look at the changes that he's undergone, whatever you want to call, since he's moved in here. I've seen his math grade go from an F to a C. And that's whenever he was living with his mom and had nobody to help him. When he moves here and starts out with an F, and I told him, I was like, even though it feels like it's not going to get any better, and I know you have an F, and I know you're trying to do your best, don't give up. Don't let that discourage you. You just keep trying and do your best. And he brought home a C. That's something to be proud of. He went from having straight F's to A's, B's, C's, and a D. But that's in gifted English. I'm so proud of him. And a lot of girls my age or younger are having kids right now, and not that I'm bashing that, but it's like I get to be a mom. An aunt is a best friend that you never had, a sister when you need one, a mom by a different name. And I just want to thank God for using that to remind me of who He called me to be and what I want to be. I love my nephew so much. And I'm falling in like Jesus. I'm falling in love with those kids at church, the youth there. I don't know their home lives, but you can tell they're going through some things. And their hearts are so precious, so pure, and I just want to take them home with me. There's some girls there that can sing that would blow your mind. And this one little girl, she sang this song. Say we're broken, but we're beautiful. We're not perfect, but we're lovable. I mean, I loved it when she sang it, and I don't even think she realized how deep that song really is, and I just could not help but cry. People want to say if somebody hurts you, to block them out and move on and don't trust and, don't dare to love again, but I almost did that with church. I did. I said that I was just going to take a back seat when I went to church, that I wasn't going to get involved, that I was just going to go to church and just listen and then go home and live it. But if I had kept to that, I would not be able to be the person that God called me to be. But when I went out there and I got to be closer to these youth as I am, it touched my heart. It grew my heart. And it's overcoming the bitterness and the hurt and the wounds that I've had. That's been hurt by church. That's been hurt by doctrine. That's been hurt by my past. And I love those kids. I just wish you could meet them. And they keep my dream alive too. And I just want to say something. If God gives you a dream, and I know He does, and He shows you of your purpose early, regardless of what happens to you, don't let it go. Excuse me. Because the things that He's sending you through and allowing you to go through, He's building you. And whenever you feel like He's shaking your world, like it's all changing and it's all upside down and it isn't making sense whatsoever, I know it's really easy to get defeated and upset and angry and confused during those times. But that's Him saying, okay, I'm taking you out of your comfort zone. I'm shaking your world, I'm rocking your world, and I'm going to settle it back down to your new place to build you more. Because if He hadn't have done that to me, I would not be where I am now. I would be with the same guy, beaten down more, being yoked up and futurely married to a guy that would be horrible for me. In a church where I could not grow, I could not be used, because they had plenty of singers, they had plenty of piano players, they had plenty of teachers, they had plenty of preachers. They didn't need me. And He took me by following His still small voice on where He called me to go, and taking my job away from me so that I could be a better aunt and be a better daughter. He used those to remind me of what He called me to do every day and prove to me that I'm capable. So everything that God is sending you through right now that you don't think matters, He's using that to prepare you for what He has called you to do. So when your world goes crazy, don't scream, "Why me, God?" Say, "What are you doing?" There's a song, I don't know who it's by. It's a Christian song. It goes, "But I know who you are." But I really have a song I want to sing to you. It's by Jenny Owens, and it's called "If You Want Me To." I'm only going to sing a few lyrics as I don't think I have time for much more, and I'm surprised if you guys have kept watching this long. Thank you if you have, though. The pathway is broken, and the signs are unclear, and I don't know the reason why you brought me here. But just because you love me the way that you do, I'm gonna walk through the valley if you want me to. 'Cause I'm not who I was when I took my first step, and I'm clinging to the promise you're not through with me yet. 'Cause if all of these trials bring me closer to you, then I will go through the fire if you want me to. So when the whole world turns against me, and I'm all by myself, and I can't hear you answer my cries for help, I remember the suffering that your love put you through, and I will go through the valley if you want me to. I hope that wasn't too painful to listen to, but I promise when I'm warmed up I can sing better. Well, I'm going to watch this back and see what I think of it. Thanks for listening. This has been my dream.